Hello, my name is Vikas Dongre. Today we will see the topic Introduction to Microcontroller. This is the part of the course Embedded System in Electronics and Communication Department in 5th semester diploma. What is embedded system? An embedded system is a dedicated computer system designed for one or two specific applications or functions. The system is designed as a part of a complete device system that includes hardware such as electrical and mechanical along with the software. Some very good examples of embedded systems are ATM, mobile handset. So, embedded product uses a microcontroller for a single dedicated task, and only one program is installed, typically burned on the ROM into it. This is the diagram showing embedded system, part of a main system, and then there is an environment which is interacting with the embedded system. Various areas of applications of embedded systems are domestic, entertainment, medical, office automation, communication, military, so on and so forth. So everywhere, almost everywhere, you can find the applications of embedded system nowadays. So the whole market is overflowed by the embedded system products. Various products like keyboard, printer, computer, video game, MP3 players, iPods, mobile phone units, set-top boxes, TV, oven, washing machines, data switches, hubs, automotive controls, ignition, power supplies, so many applications you can find. You name and you will have embedded system inside. So, what are the components of a microprocessor or a microcontroller, which is the basic brain inside the embedded system? So generally a microprocessor or a controller has got a CPU, a central processing unit. It should have input-output devices, should have data bus, address bus, should have RAM and ROM, timer, interrupt, serial port, parallel port. So first of all, we'll see a general purpose microprocessor. This is specifically used for computers, and it only has got processing but no RAM, ROM, IO on chip. For example, 8085, 8086, 8086, 8046, Pentium, i3, i5, i7, all the computers has got a microprocessor. Number of companies manufacture it like Motorola, Zilog. Then the next one is the microcontroller. So it is truly single chip computer. It has a CPU like we have seen in the microprocessor, but it has RAM, ROM, IO ports, timer, serial port on a single chip. Next we see the difference between the microprocessor and microcontroller. Both the devices have got their different applications. Both are having number of similarities and number of differences. So depending upon that, one can choose either microprocessor or a microcontroller for its applications. But generally nowadays we find that the microcontroller is used for various dedicated applications and microprocessor is used for the general applications. So the differences are like this. The CPU is a standalone device and RAM, ROM, IO, timer are separate. Whereas in the microcontroller, CPU, RAM, ROM, IO and timer are all integrated on a single chip. In the MUPI, designer can decide on the amount of the ROM, RAM and IO because it has to personally interface these things. Whereas in the case of the microcontroller, the fixed amount of RAM, ROM is available. So one needs to choose the proper microcontroller which is having a suitable quantity of the devices and their capacities. Microprocessor is expensive and microcontroller is not that expensive because it has got inbuilt various components that makes it somewhat compact and cheaper. It is used in the applications in which the cost, power and space are very critical. Less cost, less power and space reduced. Microprocessor is a general device. MUC is a specific purpose or dedicated device. MUC has high power capacity. MUC has low power capacity. In the MUC, the instruction set focuses on the processor intensive operations, more number of computations in high bit computations, more throughput. Whereas in case of the MUC, the instructions are meant to focus on the control of the devices. So bit level operations are more flexible in case of MUC. MUP is generally high bit size, 32 bit, 64 bit. The MUCs are generally 8 bit and 16 bit. Enough. So we can see here that the MUPs are used for general purpose operations like computer. Computer is the only application where the MUPs are finding applications. Apart from computer, every other application is using the microcontrollers because they are cost effective, small in size, consume less power. The various microcontroller manufacturers in the market are Intel manufacturing 8051, which is very popular IC. And others are microchip technology, the name as PIC, processor control interface. Then we had Atmel and its AVR series, advanced virtual RISC microcontrollers, Texas Instruments, ARM processors, and there are many other manufacturers which manufacture the microcontrollers of various specifications, having number of features and number of sizes, RAM and ports and timers and interrupts, communications. So what are the criteria for choosing a microcontroller? Once we have applications, what should be the criteria for selection of a microcontroller for specific applications? Because in the market there are hundreds of microcontrollers. So the controller chosen should meet the company needs of the task efficiently and cost effectively. So we have to see for speed, amount of ROM, RAM, number of I/O ports, timers, size, packaging, power consumption, whether upgradability possible or not, cost per unit of the device, so all matters. Then for the development of the embedded system, we need to have software, so that microcontroller should be supported by various softwares like assemblers, debuggers, compilers, emulators, simulators, technical support. So that should be available, and based on that we have to choose. Should be availability of the controllers also. Now the review questions. You have to write some assignments. First one, what are the main differences between the microprocessor and the microcontroller in terms of architecture, applications and instruction set? The second, design a toy, what you will prefer, whether microcontroller or a microprocessor. Third, list various specifications required in a processor to be chosen for the design of a toy. So you go through it, write the answers to the questions. Thank you.